All right. I'm going to call up the illustrious Mr. Curt Schilling and see if we can do a brief interview about his game, his studio, all his things. We're going to be doing interviews on the hour every hour. Woo! Excellent. Excellent. Here he is. Oh my gosh, is this the illustrious Curt Schilling?
What's up?
Not much. Just playing your game, Curt. How are you doing?
I am so fired up watching you play and so miserably pissed that I'm not playing at home myself.
Having to promote the release of your game, eh?
I'm actually in Bristol. I'm in Bristol, Connecticut. I'm doing ESPN all day tomorrow. And the two GameStops here are sold out.
Well, that's awesome news. Congratulations, your
Yeah.
first ever game
Yeah.
release. And
It's
you are officially on the stream, so everyone can now see you. Everyone, this is Curt
cool.
Schilling of the Boston Red Sox, who, of course,
Hey guys.
transitioned over into starting his own game studio. And I mean, I know that you're deeply embedded with like the MMO community, but obviously a lot of people watching right now are StarCraft players. So tell us a little bit about
Yeah.
how you went from professional baseball to just making a game studio.
Well, first off, I tried to get my bedroom to look like a hotel room as best I could. Hopefully that's coming across. Well, there's that. I was doing interior decorating. It clearly didn't work out very well.
It looks fantastic.
Thank you, thank you. I've been a gamer my whole life, and hey Sean, before we talk, I want to make sure your viewers understand this. We had a long discussion about this when you brought this to me, and I want to make everybody clear to everybody. There is no money being exchanged here. Sean and the streamers refused to accept anything to do this. And then we offered call girls and escorts and stuff. They refused that as well.
Per usual, I play games, not girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but this is organic, and I think I listened to Total Biscuit today for a while. By the way, which TV, if you're listening, good and bad comments were welcome, and I appreciate the fact that you took time to play. Greatly appreciated that you streamed it to what was about 15,000 people when I was watching.
Yeah.
And I said this. This was a risk. I mean, we believe in what we did, so the only way to make this right was to have gamers play it. And there's going to be things you're going to like about it, not like. I do notice you have Quake now, and you should be using that every time you can because it's the coolest animation in the game.
Yeah.
That's total Todd McFarlane.
I will say, my original motivation for buying the game was just the combat. Just it was fun to sort of just really snappy in the moment combat. I know you talked a lot about how it was inspired a lot by Tekken, and you had like a competitive Tekken player on the design team.
Yep.
And it's really fun with a lot of the combo interaction between the magic and the swords and stuff. I just wish I could land that final hammer crush a few more times.
It's the challenging part is that this there's 200 hours of gameplay here. So I mean, the depth and the breadth of the game is not going to show itself in the first hour. But as game developers, we can't expect you to hang around for 6 hours and just wait for the fun. We've got to put the fun in as soon as we can, and we tried. I believe it's an awesome game. I believe it's fun. I've had a blast with it. I'm dying that I can't play right now. But this is very cool. This is that you guys are doing this, and I'm reading the comments. I'm on the forum. I'm watching you guys comment and seeing the reactions. It's amazing. I mean, we have a game. We have a real game, and people are playing it. It's pretty badass.
Yeah, because one thing, because I come from the USC Interactive Media school, so that's like game design largely. A lot of my roommates are in that same program. They're all independent game designers, and that was like a big dream for a lot of us was to start our own little small studio. But when you think indie games, you think something smaller scale. You think something like an iPhone or iPad app or something like Trine. But you're making a AAA title.
Trying to.
Yeah. I mean, I guess kind of having some of that backing from the baseball career helps, but that's kind of awesome.
Well, my former job paid well, that's for sure. Listen, I wanted to drop in and offer a kind of a one of a kind. I know that we've got some really cool prizes. There's more stuff coming up, but we wanted to offer to the streamer that wins the next vote a voiceover in our next game. Our MMO. A voiceover in game in a character in our MMO.
So don't vote for Total Biscuit. I know he has what you might think is the best voice, but if we could get some sort of, like, I don't know, maybe Timmy from The Adventures of the Boy in His Game could step in as well. For any of you remember that one. But,
I just want to hear you the Amnesia scream. The Amnesia replay scream would fit in any game anywhere.
Oh, I will say that's one of the worst experiences ever, because I can't make that noise voluntarily. That just sort of came out. It was just in me and erupted forth.
We would have to wedge Total Biscuit in somewhere, because that accent's not going to be able to be hidden in a voiceover. So I don't know, we figure it out, but I'm thinking some sort of green scaled creature of some kind that was just a miserable Brit bastard would probably fit.
He should be a fairy princess in the game. I think would be amazing. Yes, hello, I'm. He could just make the sound effects of the boggarts dying.
Yeah,
I think would be cool. Great.
That would be cool. Yeah, it's but again, thank you, Sean, for doing this, and like I said, we had enough confidence in this game to put it in front of you guys. Keeping our fingers crossed that there were no bugs and no game-breaking glitches, which we believe we didn't have, and let the players decide for themselves. I think we have something pretty special here, and we're building an entire universe of games and products around it, and we're excited about it.
Well, I'm having quite a blast completely circumventing all storyline, rushing to where I'm far lower level than I need to be, and getting myself in huge trouble, so...
Well, that's the fun. That's the fun. You got to play on hard mode. You got to clearly the difficulty level is something that needs to be looked at. But because I watched TV play today and it's, but again, we are a studio. You met them. We were a studio full of gamers who want to make awesome games for gamers. So we're going to listen to our fans. We're going to listen to our players, and we're going to do what we can do to give them the absolute coolest game experience we possibly can.
And I will say, I mean, even for me personally, I think, again, to emphasize, no one asked me to do this or is making me do this or is paying me to do it. I just kind of wanted to do it. And then for you guys to step in and actually have the owner of the company posting in the live stream to my channel. That's kind of unusual for a game company to get that involved. So that always makes me feel pumped.
Here's the thing. I mean, no matter how corporate you get, no matter how big you get, no matter how many billions of dollars you get, the 13,000 people that are watching this thing, those are our players. That's who's going to make us who we are or who we won't be. And so if they don't love what we're doing, it doesn't matter how much we do. It's about you guys enjoying the hell out of what we make. And so that's the goal.
I like that. I like that quite a lot.
But I know you now. Who have you had? Am I the first person to be the guest tonight?
You are the very first guest, and as a matter of fact, I was so enthralled by being on the verge of death for the last 20 minutes that it got started around 6:10 instead of the scheduled 6 p.m.
Yes,
but
now everybody knows who else you're having on tonight. Yeah.
Yes, that is right. It's going to be Ken Ralston.
Yep.
R.A. Salvatore, who did the lore,
Yep.
and of course Todd McFarlane, the artist, who makes many of the comic books that I consume.
Yep.
And of course made...
Yep. Hey, when you do Quake, that's Todd. Every time you do Quake and you do the animation, the guy's at the top getting ready to pound his fist down, you got to yell Todd McFarlane, because that's
just scream it, McFarlane.
Todd!
Yeah.
Todd!
No, wait, do you mean he actually did, like, each individual frame animation of it?
I watched him go through. Actually, it was funny because I was watching the animation team the day Todd was there, and they were going through the Quake animation, and he was doing his stand up on the table and draw your fist back and just beat the living shit out of this thing. And this is how you do it. And it was awesome. It was like pure Todd. And you'll see when you get Todd on, start talking to him about animations. There's a pretty good chance he'll go out of frame multiple times.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's very cool.
I'm so pumped.
So, hey, Sean, thanks again, man. I hope you have a blast. And like I told you before, you say what you want, play what you want, and do what you want. And if you love the game, that's awesome. And if the fans love the game, that's awesome. But if they don't, our forums are open. We always listen to the players and do as much as we can to create an experience they love, and we really appreciate this.
And allow me to say thank you so much, because I mean that's always like really important to me. That like, because if anyone's like, "Hey, can you say these things?" I'm like, "No." Like, I like the fact that I just said I was going to do this, and not only are you supporting it, but also throwing all sorts of free prizes, and of course, letting Total Biscuit get second place in the no voice competition. That's
Hey, at the end of the day, if the gamers don't trust you that you're being honest, then what you do is not going to matter, and that's the big thing, right? I mean, they got to believe what you're saying. So we appreciate it. Again, we appreciate everything, guys. Have fun, enjoy it. I'm going to watch until I pass out tonight and get my fix this way.
Well, awesome. I like that because that's my goal as well.
the next vote is for voiceover in the next 38 Studios game. So you're going to be somebody's going to be in an MMO, and it's going to be awesome.
I can't wait. Well, without any further ado, Mr. Schilling, thank you so much again for
thank you, Sean.
making the game.
Thank you to the 13,458 people that are watching this. Thank you, guys.
Heart. Cheers, Curt.
Take care. Take care.
Oh, yeah! Now, for any of you who have never had the delight of doing any sort of sporting activity, if you just look up Curt Schilling, he is the man. Oh, my God. Because, it's really great. I had the chance to talk to Curt a little bit, just like non-stream, just like off camera and all that. And the stories he'd tell about having like a whole bunch of games back to back to back when there was like a 2-day gap and he was traveling, play EverQuest the whole time. I love stories like that. Because for me, it's like, oh, is it Thanksgiving weekend? Time to beat Fallout 2 again. Oh, yeah. Doing gamers. Oh, wait. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Again, my time schedule is getting a little out of sync. I wanted to break it up into 30-minute chunks. However, we're kind of going around 45, 50-minute chunks. But since we're at 42 minutes, we're going to go ahead and take a brief break. And when we come back, we're going to see if I can somehow get myself some health potions, stay alive, and try to work this transition to more of the Might Battle Mage guy. We'll see in a few minutes. See ya in 3.